Welcome to r/leopardsatemyface, where betrayal is inevitable. Trump says affordability is a Democrat scam and con job. Nearly 3/4 of his voters think the cost of living is bad or the worst ever. Well, yeah, because affordability is a Democrat scam, so therefore everything needs to be unlivably expensive. You know, to own the libs after all. Majorie Trailer Queen claims she shared with Trump death threat that she received that he incited, and his response to it was extremely unkind. Oh no, the presidential candidate who was known to be inconsiderate, unpresidential, and all around incredibly rude turns out to be exactly that when he's elected in? Maybe next time you decide who to support, maybe not the person that just attacks their opponents with elementary school level insults as opposed to actual debate. If it isn't about Trump himself, he doesn't care. His world revolves around himself. No one else matters. Well, yeah, it is the Trump regime after all. By narcissists, for narcissists, all for the chief narcissist, Trump himself. Still not one of my favourite people, but this is what we need more of, for even those most loyal to him to see all the dangers of being associated with him and turn away. I mean, that's the ultimate question after all. What are the MAGA servants going to prioritise more? Their blind devotion to dear leader, or their own personal greed? Many people have, but he has like an endless supply of fuckwits willing to go into the chipper. Hey, his last 5 lawyers all got disbarred. Weird. They must be idiots, but I'm not. Idiot number 6. Oh, oops. From Fox Propaganda News, every aspect of American life is more expensive. Really? But I thought all the signs in propaganda meant Trump equals low prices. Expensive means high prices, so are you telling me the signs that cultists put on their garden were lies? Whoa, I can't believe that. Then I'm sure the next cut is them talking about how it's all Biden's fault, and MAGA followers will believe it. I really need someone to try and explain to me how people can still believe Fox and all those propaganda channels after all of this shit's been happening. Is the education system that fucked? You can tell these MAGA idiots the stock market is at an all-time high, and they treat it like some big accomplishment, because they're too clueless to realise the market is an all-time high about 80% of the time. The stock market is completely divorced from purchasing reality. The stock market is as much of a predictor of affordability as my cat bringing bugs to my pillow. Yeah, as much as MAGA and all of those finance bros love to point to the stock market for the health of the worldwide economy, it's well detached from the actual indicator of the economy, which is commodity and import pricing. But hey, if Apple and Amazon stock prices are up, somehow that makes things cheaper, according to MAGA. They don't know the difference. Or they do, and they're just using the stock market as an excuse. To them, the stock market equals the economy. Jessica, who votes Conservative, was denied emergency healthcare in the state of Iowa for a fatal pregnancy. Iowa couple felt cornered by the government while seeking care for fatal pregnancy. Iowa mum was recently refused proper care for a fatal pregnancy. Her husband says that they and their doctors were cornered by the government. They both identified as religious and conservative, but this experience shed new light on how the American Conservative Party propagandizes voters like them for power at the expense of their health and safety. As an ER physician, it's hard to be sympathetic. Poor and minority women have been disproportionately hurt by abortion bans. 1. It wasn't enough for them when ER doctor professional organizations and OB/GAYM professional organizations told them that this is exactly what would happen. The arrogance is baffling. You didn't care because you never thought it would happen to you. If it never happened to you, you still wouldn't care in spite of the multitude of women who've died from abortion restrictions. It would be like supporting banning cardiac caths because you think you'll never have a heart attack. No one ever thinks they're going to be sick until they are. You know what you could have done, Jessica? Drive to Illinois or Missouri where abortion is legal for a medically necessary abortion and hope that you don't get prosecuted when you cross state lines. By the way, that is how Roe v. Wade started. Credit where due though, she now sees clearly, whoever she got there, and appears to be advocating for change. And if change is going to happen, it will have to be from the conservative women, because no one wants to listen to us or anyone deemed liberal. The thing is though, is if people start criticizing Trump or what Trump stands for, or what conservatives in general stand for, these days they just get painted as liberals or traitors to Trump, and marked as an enemy, so no one listens to them. Hey chat, if you guys want to see more of this gay guy reading stuff, and like seeing the Schadenfreude, you should totally like, subscribe and share, cause it helps a lot. Anyways, thanks for watching, and back to the video. We're an American-Cuban couple who supported a racist. And we're getting racism? Wow, voting for the notorious racist with receipts upon receipts of proof that he is in fact a racist means that you get racism? Yell is currently undergoing his naturalization, a process that took us tens of thousands of dollars so far, and a booklet of paperwork that's at least 2 feet tall. We've waited in line, doing all the right steps. We've done it the right way. We both love this country and often make videos on how much we appreciate it, and still do. This week, the Trump regime paused all immigration, including naturalization, from 19 countries, including Cuba. While we understand people need to be vetted, we're both devastated that Yoel's immigration case can be delayed and thus put at risk that his green card will expire. Many of you voted for illegal immigration to get halted, and we understand. However, those of us who did it legally for years are now feeling pretty nervous. We hope the pause ends soon. Gee, for being non-conservative, they seem to have a lot of conservative beliefs. These are apparently the so-called moderates. I figured that they were just racists that didn't care about fiscal policy. Conservatives would have implied that they care about fiscal policy also. Cuban exiles are generally anti-communist. Half the time, I get the feeling that they don't really have the faintest idea about what that means, except that they just vote Republican. Almost homeless after husband was deported. What happened to Trump saying, like while he was campaigning, that him getting in would suddenly mean everyone would get insanely rich? You know, definitely isn't like a Ponzi scheme level promise or anything. Good morning. I thought about this multiple times, but I could not do it. I'm so embarrassed. My husband got deported, and now I need to pay everything on my own, which is hard. I'm financially struggling, almost homeless. I know it's not y'all's responsibility to help me, but I'm asking for my kid's Christmas present. Anything would help. Well, Trump might be able to give you like $2, $1 or $2, and a couple of pencils, instead of $20 or $30. Or any toys. My boy loves action figures. Edit. If you're not helping, please don't comment. I read some of y'all's comments questioning that I was a supporter of Trump administration. Yes, I was. He fooled a lot of us. I mean, if you were in any way slightly aware of, you know, your own country's politics, you would have known that this was inevitable. We have the rights to be wrong. He said that he will only deport criminals, but he's deporting good people too. It's his country. He can do whatever he thinks is best for America. No. That's not how it works. He doesn't own the country. He can't do whatever he thinks is best for America. It's his country? She's so dumb. Seriously, it's our country. He's our employee. Take her home, find the kids a place. I feel very sorry for the poor kids that are suffering from dumb MAGA parent. This is the majority of them. They think they're smarter than they actually are, and when they get called out, they play the victim. He didn't fool anyone. He's shown his true character for years, and even in his first term, you deliberately and with free will chose him. Now you know why it pays to think about whom you vote for. Yeah, they really can't play clueless the not second but third time around them voting for Trump. You weren't tricked. You just stuck your head in the sand and disregarded any other point of view besides your own self-centered one. Maybe in 2016 I might have a smidge of sympathy. After 10 years of this shit though, come on. Fuck her, and I hope she enjoys the realization of how stupid she is. I'm a huge supporter of President Trump, MAGA, but I'm growing increasingly frustrated. I just received a Harvard Pilgrim bill stating that I must pay $60 a month for myself and an additional $60 a month for my husband in healthcare costs starting January 1st. We have a monthly income of $3,000 from SSA and pay rent, with $1,000 allocated for healthcare. This is bad. Check your mail, people. It's all coming. The average person can't afford healthcare. I love Trump, but this is happening now, January 1st. Everyone is paying huge amounts in their healthcare. Why is it going up? This will hurt him. The reason it's going up is because you voted for the malignant narcissist when it was pretty prevalent he was going to do this. Take your negative shit somewhere else. Maybe shouldn't have gotten Obamacare to start with. Yes, being against the Affordable Care Act and being surprised when healthcare becomes less affordable. Crazy. Not me, so stop saying everyone. Start praying. It's all in God's hands in the end. Yes. Voting to cause your livelihood to be more and more expensive and more unaffordable, and then saying it's all in God's hands. So much winning. I love how her fellow maggots' response is thoughts and prayers. Pray more. There really is nothing else when the government is incompetent and doesn't care though. These people are pathetic dogshit excuses for human beings. Too stupid to live. If these conservatives somehow convinced them oxygen was woke, they would all go suffocate themselves.